Welcome back, everybody, to Boundary Line Podcast. Dillon Pink here with Sheldon Dougherty, and it was a double header today, Super Sunday here for the IPL. We had the Rajasthan Royals take on the Chennai Super Kings at Chepauk, and we had RCB play DC in Bangalore there. But both interesting games there, and both wins, irrespective of whichever team won there, was very, very important for all the other teams there, like we were saying all this while there. But Rajasthan Royals slipped up once again. They're still in the race there for the playoffs and almost just need one more game there to make it. They do have a game in hand, like most of the teams don't. So that's some advantage for them. But Chennai Super Kings were absolutely brilliant today. They bowled well, they fielded well, and more importantly, they batted also a bit good there. Ruturaj Gaikwad guiding them home there. And in the second match, it was just absolutely electrifying there. Just watching it itself seemed like it was so much fun out there. RCB just doing something great here, 5 wins in a row. We'll talk all that and more in our podcast. Before going ahead, requesting all our viewers, please hit the like button, guys, subscribe to our channel, and don't forget to share the video. Follow us on Instagram as usual. So let's get straight into it. Sheldon, game number one, CSK versus Rajasthan Royals. What a game that was, Sheldon. Low scoring. We had a lot of high scoring games, very few low scoring games, Sheldon. But this was an interesting one. Rajasthan Royals almost taking the game right towards the end there. But CSK Sheldon was just so brilliant today. Ruturaj Gaikwad guiding them. But the bowlers, more importantly, I thought Sheldon nailed it today.
Yeah, Dil, I mean, a very interesting game. It was such a traditional game, a very old school Chennai pitch as well, like how Chennai pitches used to be. And it was
Yeah.
a slow pitch, something in it for the seamers, something in it for the spinners. And a boundary seemed like such a difference, right? For a
Oh,
change.
yeah.
Like it seemed like it was hard work when a batter actually hit a boundary. You're like, oh, wow, that's something rare, 30 dot balls were happening, 20 dot balls in a row were happening
Yeah.
and stuff, no boundaries, for a while. And then you're like, oh my God, like it's actually tough work there. And we saw Butler and Jaiswal, who were two attacking openers still. They batted
Yeah.
for a while, but they're just struggling, right? There was no flow at all in their partnership. And they batted throughout the power play, but they just gone to no flow. And that just shows how tough it is when two players of that quality struggle.
Absolutely, Sheldon. You're spot on there. And I thought Rajasthan were just a few runs short there, maybe 20, 25 runs short there on that wicket because 160, 170 seemed like really, really good on that pitch there. And they felt that, I think, there. But Rian Parag, I thought, batted really well, Sheldon, today. I thought he did a wonderful job there. 47 not out, and even he was struggling to hit it. Sanju Samson struggling to hit it, and like you said, Butler, Jaiswal, all these other guys, even from CSK, you had Ruturaj Gaikwad who was just struggling to middle the ball there. So it had something in it for the bowlers there, Sheldon. But how impressed are you with CSK's bowling, Sheldon? Patirana is missing. Deshpande steps up. Everybody today, they knew the pitch really well, the conditions really well. It was really, really so hot there in Chennai there, but they adapted really well, Sheldon. And in the end, you thought 141, once Rajasthan got that, you thought CSK's game, this was easily theirs.
Yeah, Dil, I thought you nailed it because CSK's bowling was outstanding today against that Rajasthan batting lineup as well. Like Rajasthan never really got going. They never looked like getting 160, 170. In fact, 140 at once it seemed like it was very good from where they were. That was also thanks to Jurel and Parag in the end with
Yeah.
some good finishing there that they even got to that score. So yeah, CSK's bowling outstanding, and that was such a CSK performance still. When you need a win, with them needing to get into the top four, they just produce it in Chennai. Everyone came to see Dhoni, of course, and to see the last home game for them in this group stage phase. Of
Yeah.
course, we have some knockouts in Chennai which they could play, but yeah, the last group stage game in Chennai, and yeah, the bowling was just outstanding today, though.
Oh yeah, Sheldon. I thought it was top quality performance there from the bowlers, and we'll discuss that a little more there. But Sheldon, the bowlers for CSK, Deshpande, Simarjeet also bowled so well. Sheldon, man of the match there. I thought he bowled absolutely brilliant today.
You mentioned two bowlers, and Desh Pandey last season, no one would have known where he's come from, right?
Oh
But he
yeah,
delivered for them. Simarjeet as well, Dil. Where did he come from? Suddenly he's come and he's an integral part. And that really sums up Chennai Super Kings, how they find players. Dubey, where was he before last season? Right? He was a very ordinary cricketer. Now he's in the India World Cup squad, Dil. That's
yeah.
what CSK can do to a player. And I think more than the actual playing, it's the mental side for CSK. it just frees up players to play their natural game. And I think that's the beauty of CSK, how they can get any player, no matter what he's done before, and just get them to play at their best. And I think that's a key part of CSK's success still.
You say that very well there, Shalan, but I also feel, one of the most integral things for their team, and I think many people have noticed that also, is the other people around the team there. You got
Yeah.
Stephen Fleming, you got Michael Hussey, you got Dwayne Bravo, and these are all three guys who were like integral parts of that CSK camp, back in the day when it started and when it kept going, and they're all legends of the game as well. So the mentors and the staff of the team is actually people who have played in the team. So I think that
Yeah.
matters also the most. You don't have any foreign coach coming in trying to change the mentality of the players, and we all know it's MSD's team, and he really guides everything and tries to like tell people the way to do things, and that's always will be his team. But I think the staff around them also, Sharon, I think was absolutely brilliant.
Yeah, you're 100% sure. Then it's always good to have people who know how the team is run as well, as you said, with all those legends that Dill. And also, Gaikwad, the captain, obviously this season, he's come, and obviously we all know Dhoni and, how important he's been to this team. But I feel Gaikwad's done well, not
Yeah,
only with his captaincy this season, but also
yeah,
with the bat. And
yeah.
today, Dill, on a pitch which was very tough, he batted through. He played a captain's knock. And a runner ball innings on this pitch was actually very good
Oh
because
yeah.
of how much they needed to chase and how tough it was. And I thought he showed some real fight today. And he showed what a captain is, and he really guided them to victory today, Dill.
Oh, yes, Sheldon. Ruturaj Gaikwad, they're playing such a brilliant knock there and made sure there were no hiccups there for Chennai as they go on to the third place. But where does it leave Rajasthan? Because they needed just one more win to just confirm their spot. They're almost there, but, two games now back to back and lost. They've got like a couple of more games. They can't slip up now. They lose another one and then, they're suddenly looking down the barrel there.
Yeah, Dil, I mean, what has gone wrong, right, for Rajasthan? I mean, they've lost a couple in a row now. It just seems like batters are losing form. They're not scoring as much as they should.
Yeah,
And yeah, Dil, for them, they'll hope they can turn this around Sunday because if Rajasthan end up coming third or fourth, I think that's a disappointment for this side because
yeah.
for so much of this tournament, they were the best side by a distance. And they had so many guys in form, so many guys stepping up. But it just seems like now at the important stage, a bit like last season, Dylan, you mentioned this in our previous podcast as well, how this is the stage where Rajasthan just start to slip up a bit. And
Yeah.
yeah, for them, they'll need to win the next game. No matter what, they need to find a way to win because they desperately need a top two spot. Because if they come third or fourth, and if you're out of form and you're playing a knockout game, you're in trouble, Dylan.
Oh, yes, they are always in trouble because you never know the team storming there into that fourth position. They can, just beat you on any given day. And that's
Yeah.
what happens when you come to the playoffs in the IPL there. But let us know in the comment section, guys, what do you think, where Rajasthan's going to finish up there. But Chennai almost certain there to make it into the top four. But it's not over until it's over, until that last day on the 18th of May. There we move on to the second game of the day there. Royal Challengers Bangalore taking on Delhi Capitals. And like I said, it was absolutely electrifying right from the word go. RCB batting first, getting about 180 odd there. And in the end, Delhi Capitals, in the absence of Rishabh Pant, they were struggling on that wicket there. But Sheldon, it had everything today. It had Virat, it had some beautiful shots there right at the start there, it had wickets, it had banter, it had like, drama also there and misfields and drop catches. It had everything going on today. But in the end, Shannon, RCB, you've got to say what's happening. They're peaking at the wrong time almost.
Dill, I mean, pretty insane, right? Who would have thought, Dill, when RCB had lost, five out of their first six games, they were a very poor side. They looked like the worst side by far in this tournament. Who would have thought going into the last game of the tournament, it'll be fifth place and still have a good chance of qualifying, Dill? I mean,
Insane.
I didn't see it coming. I'm a big RCB fan. I didn't see it happening, Dill. I mean, the way they played in these last five games has been unbelievable. The bowling has been good. The batting has been good. It just seems like they look like a new side. And suddenly everyone was criticizing Duplessis as well. Now he can't do anything wrong. And today was just the ultimate game, Dill. And how good was that atmosphere at the Chinnaswamy today, Dill? I mean, they say that the Chinnaswamy has no home advantage, look again, because today the fans were right behind. You saw the King Kohli as well, the man, how he was pulling the crowd. It just felt like, it was perfect there. And RCB are still in it, right, Dil?
They're certainly still in it, although a very slim chance there, but they just have to win their last game and win by a good enough margin there. We'll discuss that more going ahead there, Sheldon. But RCB looked a complete team today. I mean, we've seen that, but five
Yeah,
wins in a row actually says something. To win five in a row there when you're staring down at the
yeah.
barrel, right at number 10 on that list, to come at number 5 and almost have a chance at the playoffs, it doesn't happen every time in the IPL. We've not seen that. We've seen teams from 5th and 6th, that were placed always in the IPL trying to make a chance into the top 4, but no one from down, I think, has actually come back and like try to have a chance even at that playoffs there. But Virat Kohli today, Sheldon again looks so brilliant. Some classy shots there, but he couldn't get going there. Got out to Ishant Sharma, his good friend there, and we've seen some banter going on there. But Rajat Patidar, Sheldon, was absolutely good. His fifth half century today. In the last 6 to 7 matches, if I'm not mistaken, there, and Will Jacks, that partnership I thought was absolutely good for RCB.
Yeah, Dylan, you mentioned those two. I mean, what a difference they've made as well, right, Dil? Just them finding form, and they've been brilliant. And Patidar, Dil, I know he had a slow start to the season, but it just shows how much they missed him last season as well. Obviously, he
Yeah,
missed it through injury the entire last season, but he just looks a top player, doesn't he? The way he attacks spin, this
yeah,
was really good. The way he took on Kuldeep Yadav, who's an excellent spinner. Akshar Patel as well, another excellent spinner. His fifth 50 of the IPL season as well, Dil, and yeah, he looked very good. And for me, I feel that partnership actually won RCB the game, Dil, because the way they attacked, they got to 110 in 10 overs, and
yeah.
that put them ahead in the game, I feel.
Oh, yes. I thought, the way they accelerated, even after Virat getting out and Faf getting out,
Yeah,
these two seem to be, the perfect guys right in the middle there for RCB in the middle order, which was always, I felt, lacking a bit, after Virat
yeah.
gets out or Faf gets out, we've seen that they always lack something there. But I think this change, the combination looks really good now also, Sheldon, with Will Jackson, the team, Cam Green coming in place of Glenn Maxwell. You got Karan Sharma there. So they've made a couple of good changes. And Swapnil Singh, like we said in the last game, what a revelation he's
Yeah.
been in this tournament. Nobody could have guessed. And again, Sheldon, wicket in the first over again for him.
Dylan was David Warner, right? That's a big fish. I mean, it's just insane the impact he's made. And yeah, did you mention Cam Green as well? He got man of the match today, Dil. We can talk about if that's deserved or not.
Surprising. Yeah.
But yeah, I think Cam Green also is stepping up. Obviously, it's not big contribution at the bat, but a 30 today was very handy, considering also that after Patidar and Chaks, RCB had a bit of a struggle towards
Yeah.
the end. They
Yeah.
didn't
Yeah.
finish as well as they should. But Dylan, I want to ask you, didn't you think the Chinnaswamy pitch wasn't as flat as it usually is? I thought there was a bit for the seamers, especially with the new ball. And even when RCB were bowling, you saw Dial and Siraj get some swing. It's good to see because obviously when it's flat, you can get 250, 260. But I felt like actually when you look at it, 180 was pretty good score on the pitch today.
Yes, Sheldon. I thought there was something in it for the seamers, and the RCB bowlers bowled really well there. You saw even when DC were bowling, I thought the batsmen had some issues trying to face them. But I thought the bowlers from RCB, Yash Dayal and Mohammad Siraj, some of those balls that he was bowling there, Sheldon, was just brilliant. The swing, the seam presentation, absolutely good. Then somehow now he's back in form after a poor first half of the season. And you wonder where were all these guys at the start of the season when they had to win at least 2 games out of those first 6 there. But you're absolutely right. Rajat Patidar and Will Jacks absolutely played good there today. But DC Sheldon will be really, really not happy with that performance. So many drop catches. I think 4 in 10 balls, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, that feeling was pretty poor. And when you look at it, it probably cost them the game because at one point they could have got Jackson Padidar out in the same over of
Exactly.
Kuldeep, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
2 drop catches, and yes, some were tough, but some were very simple chances which they missed
Yeah.
still. And it's so costly in a game like this. And for DC, how unlucky were they as well till that Punt missed this game? I mean, you think about it, and he could have missed any game, but to miss games right at the end is
Yeah.
really big, and he's one of the key players. Maybe he would have made a difference if he was on the field, a calm head as captain. It
Yeah.
just seemed like maybe they're missing that today. And yeah, I mean, DC's batting, the top order just got blown away, didn't they, Dil? And poor Fraser McGurk, I mean, what an unlucky dismissal to get like that, right, at the non-striker's end. But I think that's the only way you can get him out nowadays, the way he bats right there.
Oh, yes, I thought that was really unlucky, but the energy from RCB and the intensity that they came
Yeah.
out with, was something else. And you felt that even from us over here, just watching the game on TV, it was like absolutely something else, I thought there. But Fraser McGurk, like you said, has been so good. Hit his first ball for six today as if nothing happened.
Yeah.
We felt that okay, this was going to go big there. And if he stayed for a few overs more, then I really thought this game was going to get done soon there. But yeah, he got out at the non-strikers end. Tristan also, Sheldon, I thought even he was unlucky with that run out. And I think those were two key moments I felt, Sheldon, that the game turned. Akshar Patel batted good there,
Yeah.
I thought he played really good, hit some lusty blows there in the end.
Yeah, the Luxor played a very good knock. I mean, he was probably unlucky that he didn't have support on the other end. If he had one batter with him, who was
Yeah, just
going,
one. Yeah.
then maybe DC would have had a chance. But yeah, he played a good captain's knock as well, getting 50 odd. But yeah, for DC, the problem was the top order. When you get blown away and lose 4, 5 wickets that early in the chase of 180 odd, you're always behind in the game. And for DC, they could still make the playoffs as well. They have a small chance, but their net run rate, I think, is pretty bad. So that's one of the main issues for them, right?
Oh, yes. After this game, I think the net run rate has been impacted a
Yeah.
big time there. And RCB suddenly now have a big net run rate boost courtesy this win. 40 odd runs there. They won by, so they have been like really good. 60 in the last game and this game now. So that pushes them up there. And if there's any team now, I think that can give that fourth place a chance. It's looking like RCB now, Sheldon, but take nothing away from Delhi and Lucknow Super Giants, who I feel are the other two teams that can make it into that fourth position. And suddenly Sunrisers now have to win the game to get up into third position. They were sitting nicely before this game, and so many people would have prayed for like Rajasthan to win today, Sheldon, because this table would have been completely different if Rajasthan had a win today.
Yeah, I mean, if Rajasthan won today, then Bangalore wouldn't have to worry that much about net run rate. They just have to beat CSK and not worry because they'd go ahead of them then on points. But now, obviously, it's more about net run rate as well because CSK on 14 points. But yeah, the Lucknow also are still in it. They could get to 16 points with 2 wins. So yeah, this is the final week. This is going to be super interesting because now I think every game is very important. Like, there's no dead rubbers anymore. Well, unless it's Punjab or Mumbai playing because they're out completely. But yeah, it's going to be super interesting. And I want to ask you before the last round of fixtures, who is going to be that third and fourth team still open to make it to the knockouts?
Don't do this, man. I hate to say this, being a fan of RCB, as everyone knows, been supporting them for all these years. I really want them to get into that fourth position, but it's not looking good for them, I would say. It would be insane if they do it, because I think I read somewhere that they need to finish the game in 18 overs, or they have to score 200 and win by 18 runs to beat CSK and get into that top four, something like that. Right. So to do that against CSK, it doesn't happen every time. They're not that kind of a team. If it was any other team, I'd have said that, yes, RCB, I would give them a chance there and I want them to. But I think the top four remains the same, Sheldon, as it is today. What about you? What do you think? You still still believing, still hoping that they make it?
Oh, Dill, I mean, I'm probably going against like what's going to happen, but I think they're going to get that fourth spot, Dill. I think
Damn, positive
they
vibes. I
I
love
mean,
this. I love
positive.
this.
They probably won't, they probably most likely not to, but who cares about who's most likely to, right? They'll go with gut feel, right? Go with belief. They're playing some insane cricket. They could get 6 wins in a row to make it to the knockouts. And then if you get to the knockouts, anyone can win it, right, Dil? So gotta have belief. And as of today, Bangalore fans all over the world will believe that they can still do it.
Actually, yes, screw that. I'm going to say RCB is going to make it into that fourth position, right? Screw
Yes,
it.
I convinced you, Dil.
Yeah. So I think it's going to be Rajasthan, Kolkata, and Sunrisers, I think, will make that in the end. And
Yeah,
CSK, I think, is going to drop out there. And RCB is going to get into that fourth position. But let us know in the comment section, guys, what do you think? RCB fans still hoping, still praying, believe, guys. That's the word for today. Believe. Because I
believe.
think it's going to happen. It can happen. It may not happen. But like Sheldon said, who cares there in the end there? But we are into the last week of this IPL, but there's only one team that is still qualified. We know for sure. The rest three positions are still open, but those last two positions really, I think, are going to come into the last 2 days of this league stage where we get to know who's going to make it there. But thank you so much for watching the video, guys. We've had a brilliant time bringing it to you. As usual, don't forget to follow us on Instagram. The handle's down there in the description. And please share the video as much as you can, as it helps us to put out this wonderful content there to all you guys. And we'll see you soon in the next video.